Hi, I'm James Schilling. Well, I'm here in New Zealand still, but this time in Queenstown. I'm here with Matt Woods, who's the CEO of Destination Queenstown, and we're going to talk to him about this wonderful place, which is really the adventure capital, really, of New Zealand, and a lot more. We've done some amazing things already, and we've got a full day left, and you're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Matt, first of all, we had a wonderful dinner the other night, and then you came back to this hotel. We're staying at the Reese Hotel, and in fact, behind us is Mr. Reese, who's the founder, or who the hotel is named after, and we are going to also interview the general manager here as well. But tell us first about Queenstown. What is it exactly? How do you describe it, just the quick, down and dirty?
Yeah, well, we're not down and dirty down here in Queenstown. We're a beautiful little town in the bottom of in the bottom of the South Pacific here in New Zealand. You know, we're at 45 degrees south, and the reason I mention that is this is an area where we get 4 very distinct seasons. You know, and I know everywhere in the world has 4 seasons, but it's really obvious. Like tomorrow is the 1st of June, and we are going smack into winter.
Which is amazing for us Americans, saying as we're in the middle of summer now, we're just getting not even into summer. We're still spraying. And here we are in the winter time, and you're about ready to start ski season down here, right?
You're right. Yeah, we're going to start ski season 16th of June, and that'll go through to October. You know, spring is sort of that 1st of September for us, and you know that's an incredible time of the year here with beautiful blossoms and warm days. And then that summer season particularly for America, you know, like that kicks in sort of think from November right through to end of March is a beautiful summertime to come down here, and you're going to sort of pick up those sort of 80 to 90 degree Fahrenheit days. So really long days too, like daylight hours through to about 10 o'clock at night. So just a gorgeous time to come. And then, you know, moving into that sort of, we've just finished fall, and so from autumn through to now in June, beautiful time with some beautiful leaves around.
No, it's great. And then, of course, if you do come down here for skiing, you've got about 6 resorts around Queenstown, right?
Yeah, we have 4 major resorts just within an arm's reach of Queenstown, and really different to North America. Like here, we're down in the village of Queenstown. You can see beautiful Lake Wakatipu behind us, and we drive up into the mountains. So unlike in North America where you're staying on the mountains, you're actually going to drive up into the mountains. And so we have, like we said, 4 resorts, Coronet Peak being the closest, 30 minutes away, and then sort of Cadrona and Remarkable sort of being very popular within 45 minutes to an hour, and then Treble Cone's actually about an hour and a half away in beautiful Lake Wanaka.
No, and it really is a great place for skiing, but as you mentioned, you can come in here any season and there's something going on. What are kind of some of the activities that people do in the summer? What do they focus on?
Yeah, I mean, golf is really popular for us. We have some beautiful championship golf courses here. Mountain biking, you don't have to be a hardcore mountain biker to come and enjoy that. You can just come and ride an e-bike and go around the wineries. But then actually getting out onto the lake and getting out onto, on the TSS Peninsula, which is a beautiful 110-year-old coal-burning steamship, and going across to Walter Peak. I think you're going to experience that tomorrow, actually, where you get to see.
Oh, yeah, I know. I heard we got a bunch of things ahead, so I'm going to get some of the footage here you'll see. But it sounds like there's so much more to do here.
Yeah, and jet boating's another great activity too. Like, we're very famous for our jet boating, and the shot over jet, you know, which is the red jet boat you see going under the Glorious Bridge. That's a fun activity. Going up the Skyline Gondola, a very, very easy activity for anybody to do, with a magnificent view and a beautiful restaurant at the top.
No, that sounds like wonderful. Now, what do you have here in terms of hotels? We're in a wonderful hotel, the Reese, but I assume this really is a holiday destination, so you probably have no shortage of hotels. Right?
No, there is no shortage of hotels, and there's something for every budget. You're going to talk to Mark about this beautiful property, and this is a magnificent property here at the Reese. You know, it's very close to town, right on the lake shore, great views, the Remarkables, very close to the airport, but there's something here for everybody.
Including, I believe, your daughter had a sleepover here. As you told me, it was a marvelous one, right?
Yeah, my daughter did actually have a slumber party here, sleepover with some of her friends. It was great. Some 13-year-olds just really enjoying the hotel. And this is a really good hotel for families, you know. It's got those 3-bedroom apartments, which is a fantastic, facility that you can have for a family.
Now, believe it or not, I haven't gotten into downtown yet. You have a lot of restaurants and stores and everything else. Tell us a little bit about the downtown, the village of Queenstown.
Yeah, and we like to call ourselves a big little city. There's 35,000 people living here, but we have an amazing range of beautiful restaurants and shops, you know, some incredible restaurants to come and explore. And it's one of those places that you want to spend many days going to different restaurants and exploring the downtown. Downtown itself is right on the lakefront. It's a lot of shopping, open till late at night. You know, you can keep the restaurants and shops will be open till 9, 10 o'clock at night. Yeah.
No, so and I hope we got a chance to experience it. We were supposed to last night, but one of the tours we were on ran a little long, so we did get back a little late. So hopefully another time, and I do definitely want to come back after I've seen it. I mean, just this location is just amazing. You have the lake, and then above that you have beautiful mountains, and it's so scenic. And we're just heading into winter now. But what would you say? We go out to about 118,000 travel advisors. First of all, is there anything else you want to tell them about this fabulous destination? And second of all, what can they tell their clients about the best ways to experience Queenstown?
Yeah, look, I think, James, you experienced it yesterday. Like, using Queenstown as a hub is actually a great way to holiday here. And so coming to Queenstown, spending time in Queenstown, but using Queenstown and then going to other places like Milford or Te Anau or up to the end of the lake up at Glenorchy. And so spending, 3, 4, maybe 5 days here and using it like a hub and spoke and coming back to Queenstown and going out and exploring. It was a long day for you yesterday to go to Milford, but it's one of those places that you want to go and see, but give yourself the time. I think that's, sometimes people sort of look at the distances in New Zealand and think they're very short, but they're actually quite a lot.
It's just a few islands. It can't be that far, right?
Exactly, but it actually takes a bit of time to get around. So sometimes even just flying around to go from like Queenstown to Milford is a good option as well instead of coaching. But yeah, I mean, give yourself the time to enjoy the place. Come in and meet the locals and, become a temporary local is what we talk about. Well,
that's the beauty of being down here. And New Zealanders, you're all so friendly. I don't know. You might even beat the Canadians, but I didn't say that. But yeah, so it is an amazing place. And we have been mostly flying around. That was the odd thing where we took a bus where we were supposed to fly back, but weather comes in, and we're in a period of weather now, and we had some rain and we had some fog and everything else, so you have to be ready. But I have to tell you, even in bad weather, this place is still beautiful.
Yeah, I think you're right. Give yourself the time because of the weather. Like, we are a small island and we're going to catch a bit of weather. And so you might want to have that extra day up your sleeve to book something the next day. But, it's still gorgeous when it's raining as well. Like the waterfalls down in Milford would have been magnificent. They
were absolutely. And they said we had a few more waterfalls than we would normally have because of that. And they were gorgeous. And that was getting there, on the lake with the steamer and everything else. Because that is, as you mentioned, here on this lake, you have a steamer. There's lake steamers elsewhere and other lakes down here in this part of New Zealand, so it really is a scenic way to get around. But yeah, I'd probably get down to Queenstown by air. We flew from Napier down here, and of course I'm with Jeff Adam of Down Under Answers, and he doesn't give us any free time. So what can I say? He packs it in, and so we're still packing, and we still got 2 more days to go. I'm looking at my itinerary now. It's like, really? But that gives us a great chance to explore more of Queenstown, which is beautiful.
It sure does. And look, I think you've actually touched on a really important point from North America. There's never been more air connectivity to get to New Zealand than there is right now. Like direct flights from New York to Auckland.
Which I'm going to be going back on, thank goodness.
Yeah, and from Chicago, Dallas, LA, and San Fran. So really connected to North America at the moment. Very easy to get here.
Fantastic. Well, Matt, thank you for taking the time. We had a great dinner the other night, met you and heard all about Queenstown, and now you're giving us a whole lot more reason to come back. And I really appreciate your time and appreciate your hospitality.
Thanks. Great to have you here.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.